Alright, we have TSdL Season 6, Round of 32, Aerinoa versus ToastedHam. Looking at Aerinoa's box, see Landius and Hilda. No juggler, which does make him a little bit weaker towards the AoE side of things. And with units like Elwyn and Rosalia, Aerinoa's box definitely leans more towards a single target focus. Zerida as well. Still wants one good assassin. Or, well, not really one good assassin. I mean, there's Sherry and Kyura too. ToastedHam, on the other hand, running Hilda Juggler. Bit weaker against mage picks like TJS and Lucretia. Especially if somebody first bans Hilda. And it's a bit, it can be weak to AoE flexes, but Aerinoa is not running a bunch of AoE, so. We see Listel, who is probably the only unit I would say is odd in ToastedHam's box. Not that she's bad. Listel's still really good against tank push. Her 3C can be really annoying, especially on a map like Floating Courtyard where spaces are really confined and her tiles could be difficult to get out of her tiles. ToastedHam definitely plays a more AoE focused box, so banning Rosensteel seems good, and Aerinoa plays a more single target focused box, so banning Hilda seems good. First picking Sherry. Meanwhile, on the other hand, ToastedHam, against all this long range single target between Elwyn, Rosalia, Elena, even TJS, I can see why you would want to have a tank. Assuming that you didn't pick Juggler, then Burn could get second banned and Juggler. And then with this more AoE focused box and less long range single target, it'd be hard for ToastedHam to win the range game against this box. I think on this map, Kyura can probably afford to be you can probably afford to ban Kyura a little bit later if you have a unit that can block up this choke. As long as you don't position around the very start of the map, then Kyura will take a while to be able to reach. It is player 1 Kyura though, which is really annoying because she can just double tap your tank. But as long as you leave your healer action up for last and your healer is in range of your tank, it'll be okay. So, Lucretia ban I totally agree with. Elwyn or maybe TJS could be considered instead. Interestingly, Aerinoa picks up Licorice. Preempting a Florentia Licorice ban. ToastedHam has targeted a significant amount of the healing in Aerinoa's box. And with the more AoE debuff leaned box, picking Licorice up is a really good asset. She's one of the best healers in the game versus AoE strategies. She has Mass Protect, she has Mass Heal. She can really cover a wide variety of things, and her healing tiles are excellent. They also remove debuffs before they heal, so it's really good against somebody like Listel. Banning out the Elwyn. As far as the Zerida goes, I don't think you need to ban Zerida so early on this map. You can block out the pillars, and then it's even like blocking one side of the pillar. That means Zerida has to wrap around the other side, which it can take a long time. Zerida also has a lot of setup time. She is rather good against AoE debuffs though, so I can still understand it. As far as banning Elwyn goes, just fine. it's not a matchup dog particularly loves. But I do feel that TJS is more threatening to Toasted Ham's composition than Zerida. At any point, Aerinoa could pick up a tank. This Lucretia pick could potentially prompt that. Ares ban on this map's very good. Bernhardt ban. Sword Dance is kind of the threat here, but Liko can bring Mass Protect to deal with it. Bernhardt's range on this map, it's pretty good. Yeah. But then there's still units like Bozel with his 3C. Kruger, I feel they're a bit more threatening. Aerinoa instead just doesn't care about a tank, and yeah, I figured at this point Toasted Ham would choose to double ban out the tanks. This does kind of push Juggler towards running Great Dragon Barrier. He would like to run Master of Ice, probably given the rest of Toasted Ham's box. Still, it's hard for Ham to play the range game. There's still units like Ares, Rosalia, Helena. Let's just see. So, third pick, Listel. Listel is really good against tank push, which Aerinoa is decidedly not playing after both his tanks get banned. Aerinoa doesn't really need to pick Bernhardt here at all. There's no real physical threat except Juggler with Beast Shot. So any off-tanking capabilities there aren't that good. Maybe Sword Dance Heal Block could be good. Let's see what Aerie bans. Opting to let Rosin through, which pretty much tells you Aerinoa is committed to single target. I wonder, Rosalia does seem like the best pick here. Say hi, Wooper.
Hi, Wooper?
Yes, yes. Okay, joining me now is Wooper.
Oh, I see. I've entered into a match with no Shilfaniels on Aerinoa's side.
Yeah, it sounds like a pretty fake princess main to me.
Yeah, it's pretty disappointing to see. I've missed most of the ban pick, but I don't know who I'd favor. I think Aerie's got a better box, or rather a better selection at this point in time.
Yeah, Aerie has a much more flexible box. Toasted Ham pretty much is all in on the AoE debuff strat, right?
Yeah, this is a pretty awkward map for Cherry, I think. Unless you're gonna go goblins. Bozel can just kind of chill in the air, and that gives him a little bit more maneuverability, I think.
Yeah, I did find the first pick Cherry interesting.
He's kind of gotta pick Ares here, right?
Yeah, I was thinking it's Ares or Rosalia, and then for Toasted Ham's side, pretty much Bozel, right? There's no way you pick anything but Bozel. Maybe Kruger.
Kruger's not impossible as a pick. Yeah, it's gotta be Rosalia, sure. Yeah, very natural bans from Toasted Ham.
Yeah,
I like Bozal.
Ares on this map's a menace. Helena's just the longest thing that can follow up off all this single target team. Burn will take a while and he'll be behind most of these people.
Listel and Bozal and Kruger can all fly. I think that's actually really important given how landlocked Ares' team is. Unless we're gonna see Rosalia bring her 2-range nuke.
I don't know. I mean, there's Juggler, so
I mean, if there was a Shofaniel in Ares' box, he could bring Sky Archers and have an aerial unit to run with.
if only he wasn't a fake princess main.
Yeah. Oh, that's respectable. I think Rosenseal's a respectable pick.
Do you? I don't know. I don't know how I feel about this because at this point you're gonna lose both Bozal and Kruger, right?
That's confidence in his juggler, I think.
Yeah, he's just really expecting his juggler to be able to withstand the Rosalia T-Jess assault.
I do not think juggler will survive T-Jess. I think he will potentially survive Rosalia, and then Rosalia dies on the backswing. But at that point, it is a bit concerning. Plus, T-Jess can just snipe else. No, wait, there's no one here T-Jess can really snipe meaningfully. If that's a glory of the world Lucretia, there's nobody.
Okay, he just opts to just ban out the single target mages. I was kind of thinking that with you were talking about the T-Jess Rosalia combo, and if you add in another healer to this mix, then it could be really difficult to get through this juggler.
It has to be a really good juggler though, because there's no faction buff, is there?
No, there's not.
He could bring his own faction buff. That seems a little incorrect.
Seems too defensive.
What's the plan with Listel here? Like, what does Listel do?
Yeah, I was saying the same sort of thing when Landius and Hilda got banned, is that Listel would be much better fighting those two. But I mean, I guess there's Lucretia single target.
There's no real faction buff on Ares' side either. There's no Empire units to make use of Burn. Florentia can give Cherry some zip, which is probably going to be... That's what I would do, but I don't know if that's what Ares is going to do.
I think Florentia with her Breeze is going to be really useful here, and Mass Attack useful as well. Bozal or Kruger are both good.
If Bozal's Breeze, then I think Bozal's the obvious pick. You can just fish for Breeze and stay back. At which point Lucretia... Unfortunately, Puppet doesn't fly, because, you know, Puppet wasn't strong enough, but if he did, then it'd be a pretty strong unit.
Yeah, thankfully it doesn't fly.
It looks like it should be able to, though.
Yeah.
Oh, he takes Bernhardt. That's fair. ToastedHam does actually have a clear Bernhardt answer in Lucretia. 1-3C, or I think Dark Reaper should melt Bernhardt. But you have to wonder... No, go on.
If there's a lot of AoE, it can whiff the kill if Burn brings Guardian Infantry, or maybe if Burn brings Sword Dance, but I mean, there's Rosenseal and Juggler, so it's just not... It's not relevant in this match, but just worth mentioning.
I feel like Lucretia's 3C might actually chew up Guardian Infantry.
It's only if Sorks are broken, really.
I see. Well, there is enough AoE to make it so Ares... If ToastedHam initiates with, like, Breeze Bozal, or, God forbid, Breeze Listel or Dog or something, then I don't think there's going to be enough healing to keep people topped up, at which point there could be some problems. But that will kill all of his positioning, meaning Cherry will very likely take 2 kills. Yeah, it's interesting. I think Florentia would have been great, because that gives Cherry a lot of playmaking potential, and Lollygess is right there as well, which could have been really problematic. And if you could actually consider going in literally turn one, because outside of Dog, there's no one who can really punish a teleported Cherry in. Well, Lucretia I guess can, but Puppet's disabled on turn one, so uh, obviously it's easy for me to say given this is a post review, but I would have probably picked Florentia and gone YOLO.
I like the Florentia pick, and I felt it gave Aerie more agency over Toasted Ham's composition. It would have given Aerie more answers to all the debuffs. I guess at the same time, having another DPS is good because Aerie's running without a tank. Lucretia can pretty much have her pick, especially after debuffs go down. And trades seem favorable for Aerie, but I guess my biggest question is, how does Aerie get through this juggler?
I don't. It's not just Juggler. It's the combination of Juggler and Magical Guard still. Because Lolly Jess is the obvious answer to getting through Juggler, as in you snipe around. But even then, I don't think Lolly Jess has any targets to Oko, right?
Yeah, she can't kill Lucretia. Rosin Seal could 3C. Bozel should be able to tank a T-Jess, no problem.
If Sorks are broken by Twilight's... Oh, wait, no. If it's Bracer, Sorks, Bozel, then I think Bozel's probably fine. How do you get through Juggler? The obvious answer would be Bernhardt, right? You've got a bunch of units all who can do a number against Juggler, but getting them into position is going to be the difficult part.
Yeah, and this map is definitely good for AoE strategies. Everybody's sort of forced to bunch up, especially because Aerie's not running any flying units other than maybe Liko.
I actually think Eri could separate his units pretty well if Rosalia takes the lower path, and Lolly Jess can do whatever she wants because she has teleport.
Yeah,
And if you bring flying troops on Liko, then she could actually sit in the middle of the sky. I think there is room to play around, but I think that Cherry is going to be the deciding unit here, whether Cherry does what she needs to do.
yeah, I think both comps. It looks like a pretty even game to me. I think both comps have potential to play. It just depends on how they choose to play.
If Dog jumps in and Dog isn't killed, then I favor Toasted Ham, I think.
We'll see.
I think. We will see, won't we?
After we look at the skills, of course.
Yes. So has Rosalia brought her 2-range skill? Is my question. She did. Nice.
This is all Campanella's infection.
Camp?
Yes.
Why's that?
Camp just started. I've just seen Campanella run it a lot.
Oh, I see. Burn brings, wait, why is Burn bringing guard? What's he guarding against? It's literally just Dog.
Okay, so there's two things. Either you bring Hegemony, or you bring this to maybe tank Juggler Beast Shot.
No. You can bring Sword Stance just for the extra range and the rupture.
But I mean, Rosin Seal and Juggler.
Yeah, ideally Juggler is out of the picture at that point.
Okay, yeah, sure. I can see
Like
that.
I think I would definitely bring Sword Stance here, and I'm the biggest simp for double hegemony burn, but I think Sword Stance would have been better here, because burn needs range, and I don't think Eri has Apex Boots burn, does he?
He does.
Oh no, he does. Okay, maybe that's okay, but I think that still doesn't mean Sword Stance isn't a good consideration.
No,
And Cherry is pure ranged assassin material here, which is good. Probably aiming to snipe Bozel or Lucretia, I'd say.
yeah, everything else. Liko is just functioning as the healer in this composition.
Also faction buff for Burn and herself, I guess.
Yeah, I mean, Bird doesn't care much about that fact.
Burn does not need it. In fact, Burn does not want Liko's faction buff because he literally cannot benefit from it.
Yeah. Bozel 3C. I mean, wow.
Yeah, it's
Shocking.
shocking. Is it faction buff Bozel? I would guess so.
Yes, yes.
Yes, and it is Magic Tank Listel as we guessed. And I'm guessing that Rose and Seal also has faction buff for Lucretia. No, Lucretia's just mass attack. No, it is. Wait, Lucretia's not dark. She's Princess Tensei Empire.
Yeah, Lucretia has no buff in this composition.
Hmm. Is that gonna matter against Guardian Infantry Burn? I think it might. Depends. If Bozil gets his stuff done, then 3C probably kills Burn regardless.
Yeah, it's not Overlord's badge burn, so it doesn't immunize the MDef down. But, I mean,
And yeah,
it,
Sherry's not bringing angels, so Lucretia should kill her either way.
yeah, goblins are not tanky in the slightest.
Alright, well, I guess we should see how it plays out. Very standard dog, and I don't think there's any more surprises. Did Lolly just bring Strengthen? Presumably, right?
Yeah, she did. And it's also holy,
Yep.
so she probably has Gift of Eternal Life.
Mm-hmm.
One thing I'm interested in is Listel running Cloak of Defiance, but we'll have to see on that one.
Yeah.
It's really good against Sork mages. If you want to bring Magic Tank Listel, I think it's better than Last Rites.
It's already pretty tanky, I think. You can definitely afford to do so.
The thing is, it's better than Twilight Star, or it's better against Twilight Star than Last Rites is, obviously.
Bozil could have moved one space further, I think. I only think that's meaningful because if I count spaces correctly, then that actually does matter a little bit.
Yeah, he would be able to reach through Rosalia, although, where did Bozil start? Okay. Yeah, I don't know. He could either move there or there, I think. But no,
Well,
he definitely can't move there.
no, but the thing that he would be concerned about, I guess, is Cherry sniping.
No, it's the two range Rosalia actually. He can't move
Well, two
here.
range out. He's under Juggler Guard, so it's Shadow Raid he'd be worried about, I think.
Ah, yeah, because it is Sorks. It is Sorks. So I think after you strengthen Sherry with Shadow Raid Legion and Goblins, she should probably be able to kill a Sork Bozil through Sorks.
I think so. Yeah.
Seems
How
reasonable.
much HP does Bozil have?
It's 10,600,
So I wouldn't
565
say it's on
defense.
the low side, but I wouldn't call it high side either. And the defense is, it's about where it should be. Maybe, yeah.
Sork HP looks maxed, so that's good, but it's still it's a lot of damage actually.
Yeah, Goblin Knights are pretty strong actually. They're fine.
They're good against. Well, the thing is, assassin troops get additional damage and stuff against 100% HP
Rest of
things.
full HP, yeah,
Yeah.
and yeah. So we'll see how things go.
So this
Obviously
this seems
leaving.
correct.
Yep. Yeah, that's fine. I think. Yeah. And will he be teleporting Sherry? Yes, he will.
Going for Bozo presumably. Miracle though.
Yes.
Maybe this can change things.
Nah, Bozil just gets double hit and dies.
Yeah, you're right. Oh. Oh. Wow.
Nah, he gets double hit and die. Wait. Yeah, no, that's not good. That's very not good. That Bozil lived with what, like 100 HP?
140. Yes.
That is very unfortunate.
And Sherry couldn't attack again because the goblins all died. If she
Oh
could
god,
have.
that's tier Cherry as well. That's very unfortunate.
If only she breathed, she could have gone for it anyway. And it's actually she
Yes.
died on the counter with one up.
No,
saved.
she got passive blocked.
Yeah, the passive got blocked, so he doesn't have the extra move.
Oh.
She did get Breeze, but she doesn't have the extra move from the passive, I guess. Wait, can she reach Bozil? No, she can't. So she got passive blocked and didn't get Breeze until she ended her turn. Right.
But what Aerie means is if she didn't get passive blocked, she could run further away.
Or
Yeah.
she could run and kill Bozil.
She's off.
Oh wait, she has range 1. Never mind. I guess something that could have been done is just straight for Bernhardt.
And very easy
Okay,
kill.
yeah.
She had
Lucretia's
Miracle.
just a busted, stupid character, whatever.
She had Miracle, so, I mean, I think it's reasonable enough.
Bozor's dying here, right?
Yeah.
Yonia, Rosalia. And there's nothing to counterplay. So Mass Protect, and then can Lolly just reach anything?
Doesn't have Act Again.
If she has Genius Stick, then she can hit Lucretia, but I think that's inadvisable.
Yeah, it'll really hurt the T-Jess. I mean, it shouldn't counter kill, but it'll get her really low on HP, and then Juggler 3C coming after that could be rough because... Well, no, Ares still has turn priority.
Yeah, he'll have turn priority, so he doesn't have to go in. He can move somewhere somewhat safe. Listel's presumably going to kill Cherry and damage Rosalia a little bit.
Yeah, I think 3C is fine here. Most Listels are probably clock, although this 15,000 HP and this defensive spread...
I think having 1 HP is going to mean Cherry dies no matter what attacks her.
Yeah.
120.
Well, I was just thinking, do you potentially save Listel's 3C here, but...
Yeah, you could, but if you do that, then Rosalia can hit her. If Rosensteel was like Giga Brain and brought Miracle, Mass Healing, and Ice Dragon Breath, then we wouldn't have this, we wouldn't have the issue.
Yes, we did actually see Ice Dragon Breath, so...
I don't think he's just going to hope that Listel survives the, if Listel has rights, I think she survives.
Yeah,
Yep.
I think it's Gift of Eternal Life, T-Jess.
Okay, so yeah, I don't know if I would have attacked even if it was Genius Stick. But here we go. Will Rosalia be able to kill Listel?
No, you could have attacked because Listel's guarding here. She would have guarded the Lucretia.
Yes, she moved up. My bad.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, if she's guarding Lucretia, that's a free shot at Listel, and you have turn priority, so that could potentially be Listel dead.
Yeah, well, Listel was also like 50% HP, and it was a full HP T-Jess, but it's definitely Gift of Eternal Life, or else you...
Yeah, evidently not a Genius Stick. I mean, it's holy, we know that.
Yeah.
And we're killing the Golem in preparation. Juggler just beast shocks T-Jess, right? Or, oh wait, this is fine as well. Yep, and it looks like ToastedHam takes it.
Yeah, I don't think T-Jess can carry this game. I mean, Juggler just jumps on top, or Listel can...
He got to jump, he can just beast shock, and then, that's game.
Listel should 3C first, but yeah.
Yeah. Well, that happens, and now Listel can 3C, and Juggler can beast shock, and that is game.
That was a very good game.
Very quick. It was very, very unfortunate. If Cherry had just killed the Bozal, things would have changed. In comes Werner. Interesting, removing Liana even as 2P. Maybe Liana shouldn't be in the box to begin with.
Yeah, we do see a lot of people dropping Liana these days for Florentia, or just to run Florentia
Just
and
dropping
Rosin.
her.
Yeah, and
Because Yeet is life.
And just units like Kiera, she heals a lot. Lucretia can off heal. T-Jess can off heal. People can just run Liko, and they can flex a lot better than Liana can, who is relatively one-dimensional in comparison to these units.
Yes. And she doesn't even do everything she does super well.
Yeah.
But she does act again, which is you can't downplay how strong that is.
Werner's good on this map. There's plenty of terrain for him. It also enables ToastedHam to go a much more aggressive strategy.
Listel gets a lot better with Werner in the box, as does everyone in this particular strategy.
Okay, so Rosin first ban again, playing AoE box mostly, just makes perfect sense, and same for Hilda, conversely, single target box.
Elwyn, huh?
Expecting dog pick, I think?
Yes. Oh, alright. So ToastedHam's burn is probably one that can tank Elwyn's. So now we'll see probably either Lolly or Cherry, I'm assuming.
Yeah, Bernhardt's likely gonna bring Iron Fist here with Stone Colossus.
Yeah,
Um,
I think it's Lolly, and then you ban out the magic tanks perhaps.
yeah, to ban Listel
Oh,
Juggler.
you could ban like Listel and Ares or Listel and Lolly.
Well, we're still on a pick phase, just so you
Yes.
know.
But who will he pick? What would you do here?
If I was Aerinoa, then I mean, you know that he can definitely get a magic tank, but it's Elwyn T-Jess, right? That's still a really
Yeah.
damn good combo. So I think T-Jess for strengthen for anybody that you like, or teleport. Just teleport's always good. It's one of the best skills in the game. T-Jess seems
Yeah.
good.
I'd say ban Ares, Lolly, and take T-Jess or Cherry. It's
Could go Liko again, just to deal with the AoE focus of Toasted Ham's box.
something deep inside wants him to ban Florentia and Frozen Seal, and then see where it goes from there.
Raza can also bust Bernhardt. Yeah, I have actually seen Raza kill Bernhardt's. It's a little RNG though. If Hegemony removes attack buff, it seems rough for her, but less RNG with Ellen around. So seems like there's 3 solid picks here for Airy, and any could do. Um, given that he banned Helena and Lucretia,
Probably going tankless.
yeah, yeah, that Helena ban pretty much telegraphs you don't really want to pick a tank. As for Toasted Ham, hmm. I mean, you could pick Werner here, honestly, or it seems like Werner to outrange or a magic tank, right?
Mm-hmm. Yep. Unsurprising bans. Those are threats to Bernhardt. Florentia's a really good pickup, I think. He's still got so many threats. Werner is actually a threat on this map, and of course Ares and the debuff squad.
Yeah,
Yeah, I think that's a good ban. Werner is a real pain on with Bernhardt buff. He can actually probably kill TGS, and now he takes Hilda. Fair enough. So Liko's got to be the next pick, right? Otherwise, what does Hilda do?
yeah, definitely Liko. Airy bans. I feel like you ban Listel, honestly.
Listel might be the pick here. Listel or maybe Bozil.
Yeah, let's see the pick. Okay.
Kayura is a good one. Yeah, there we go. Listel.
Okay, bans. Let's see. Bozol seems like a really good ban in
I think
Kira.
we ban Bozil. Bozil and Kayura. Or maybe Bozil and Ares?
What makes you think Ares?
Ares is just coverage. He has a lot of range. He can stay further back, and you can put Listel a bit forward, and that's a 1-2 punch that just Liko healing is going to have a lot of trouble coming back from.
Yeah, and Ares can be a nice check on Elwyn too, although I would imagine you'd run...
Oh, I don't think he's a very good check on Elwyn when Hilda's around, because Elwyn doesn't have to just sit around with his revive active.
It at least slows him down, right?
That's true, yeah.
And he can't just yeet in, or he'll just... Because part of what makes Elwyn so strong is the fact that he has the revive, so you need 2 actions to kill him, or a very specific unit.
Yeah, but Harry, Bernhardt with Lancer troops, plus Listel with Magic Guard, just rushing forward is going to be very difficult for Ares to deal with, I think.
I think you ban Rosin, honestly.
Really? I don't know if I'd agree with that. What's the thought process there?
I'm mostly thinking... How do you get through Bernhardt with Elwyn, unless you ban Rosin?
You ideally... Well...
Because Listel's going to be the magic guard here, so you can't just kill the Bernhardt with T-Jess.
Meteor is super effective against infantry. I'm kidding. Bernhardt is a problem, huh? You have to get rid of Listel somehow. Um, we were never able to confirm whether that Listel was uh,
Cloak of
Cloak
Defiance.
of Defiance, right?
Yeah, we didn't see.
Okay. In which case, um, a way to deal with Bernhardt is your own Bernhardt, because he has to bring Lancer troops, right? And Werewolf Bernhardt has the upper hand in that matchup.
Yeah, that's a really good point. The other thing I was just thinking is there's still a lot of there. Almost all of Ares' box at this point is Fizz. So if Listel can just easily handle this T-Jess, then if Rosin gets through, uh,
That's true, actually. Yeah, that's a fair point. Hmm.
and it like if Rosin gets through and then it's Florentia Rosin, it's going to be really hard for you to bust either of these tanks, and likely Toasted
Sure.
Ham is going to get a good last pick.
If Ares picking Bernhardt here, then you don't have to ban Ares. I think it might be, yeah, fair enough. It could be Bozil plus any of the ones that aren't Ares and Dog, I think.
Yeah, Kira's also a problem though. I mean, honestly, all four of those units are a problem.
Yes.
I think we're gonna see Rosin, but Kira makes sense too.
Bernhardt's got to be banned here, right? Did he
Yeah,
run out of time? No.
no. I was just looking
Wait.
at the stage. They're on the ban phase.
Yeah, Toasted Ham ran out of time, didn't he?
Uh, yep, that's rough. I do think that the ban there was Bernhardt. Just
Yeah, absolutely. He's the only one who can do anything against the opposing Bernhardt. But Bernhardt does have problems against Kaira.
yeah, there's no single target. Well, I guess there's Burn, but Burn can take a little while to reach. It's
And Burn is like the best single target against Hilda anyway.
Well, what I was gonna say is that there's no way to disable Hilda's crit passive easily, other than Kira like punching, but then Hilda just ends her turn.
I don't think that matters too much because Holy Kaira is going to shred werewolves, so unless he brings Guardian Infantry... Guardian Infantry beat Lancer Burn anyway.
Dark
Or
Guard.
Dark Guard.
Yeah, Dark Guard.
Yeah, that's fine. Okay, that should be fine as long as the troops get picked.
Yep.
So he... Probably Rosin here. I think it is probably Rosin.
At this point, it has to be Rosin. Juggler's not gonna do too much.
Not against the Bernhardt Elwyn combo. Plus T-Jess if that's... And it is Guardian Infantry.
I do think Dark Guard are slightly better, but maybe Aerie doesn't have them raised.
Hoplites. Hoplites?
Yeah, I don't follow. Maybe.
It's fine, I guess. They're better against Burn than Phalanx are
Yeah.
on the offense.
I see this,
Dark Dragon Breath.
Yeah, no, I see that a lot, but I guess it's just what else
There's
is...
nothing better, that's all.
Yeah.
There's just nothing better to pick.
I mean, you could just run Mass Resist for another heal, but...
Run Retribution.
you don't even need... After her unique, you don't even need to run Mass Resist for another heal.
No, you already have panels and mass heal always.
Hegemony on Burn, which makes perfect sense.
Is that no Rupture? No, that was Swords Dance. Wait. Yeah, that's Rupture. Yeah.
Everything else is standard over here, and again, we're gonna see the Magic Guard Listel.
No faction buff this time. No gospel on no gospel, so that means probably mass attack on Flow, right?
Yep. And Miracle on Rosin.
Yeah.
As for
Alright, this is gonna be alright, so Kaira probably can't kill that burn. I don't think so anyway.
Not as long as crit can't happen. Oh no, she brought Faceless. She can never kill him. So
Yeah,
she's not going for burn.
You definitely need Sulks against burn. So Kaira's target is probably Lovely Jess.
Or Liko. Yeah, one of the two. I think it's actually pretty good because Toasted Ham recognized that with the anti-crit from Hilda, there's really no way that he's going to be able to reliably kill this Bernhardt. So just go for the targets that Kira does not necessarily need to crit to kill. Although it still
Not
could...
to mention, it is holy Kyura, so it's doubly ineffective against things that you aren't targeting specifically.
Yeah, and it's also not Twilight Star, but True Cross is still very good. Less so against these holy units. So maybe whiffs on Liko? I don't know, but...
I mean, True Cross is good enough against Bozal. I think it's probably good enough against Liko.
Liko's double holy, so it doesn't do anything.
Oh, yep, my bad.
Yeah, everything else is standard, so now it just comes down to positions.
And ToastedHam's taking it slow.
With Bernhardt bringing... Bernhardt has to buff himself pretty much always, and then he also has to take a turn setting up his guard, so usually you have to play pretty conservatively on the opening turns.
I think you can push forward with a cross pattern. Burn got breezed. Does that matter? Maybe.
I mean, Burn has to keep this Elwyn in check, so he's pretty much limited by other people pushing.
Can Kyura kill Elwyn? I wonder. Like, yes, I understand that Elwyn has a revive, but do you think Kyura can just kill Elwyn? I think that's probably gonna be the case, right?
Yeah. I mean, maybe. The thing is, it's faceless. If it was Sorks, I'd be really confident, especially if Kira had an attack buff, but she just has Miracle. Also, Campa makes
No, she has mass attack from Flow.
Oh, yeah, okay. Campa makes a good point, though. You can use this cliff to make a wall to let you push up more easily.
Hmm.
So, like, Burn moves here, and then units move there. And then, given this sort of positioning, Elwyn can only reach, like, right here. So, yeah. He could definitely push up more. It does look like ToastedHam wants to go in pretty much immediately, given that he just popped the Miracle right here and now. Probably going to see Flow mass attack. I don't know if we'll see Act again.
It could be a defensive Miracle, so Burn's Swords Dance hurts less.
Yeah, ToastedHam opted to bring 3C instead of Mass Crystal Healing. What do you think about that?
I like 3C, but I don't know about in this matchup where you're not fighting against a lot of AoE. You're only really fighting against Bernhardt. And I don't know, Mass Crystal Healing I think is better to survive Bernhardt once than to make Rosin kind of a... I guess if you do that, what's the third skill? You've already popped Miracle. I don't hate 3C here. I don't think it's a big deal, really.
Yeah.
Because, like, what else does she bring? She doesn't need to bring faction buff. She doesn't. She would bring the 1C heal in the last spot regardless, huh?
Yeah, it's either 3C or Mass Crystal Healing. Mass Crystal Healing has a bit better uptime. I mean, that's pretty much it.
I think it's fine. There's only like one unit on the other side that's going to AoE you, so Mass Crystal Healing's only really important for that. And you do have a secondary healer if things do get bad, or if you're fighting randomly a Licorice that gets a Tenyos and dashes in Dark Dragon Breath.
Yeah, it's
Lucy's probably fine.
It's nice to make her a wall at the very minimum.
Yeah, positioning's good as well. So mass attack comes out here. Probably not gonna rush anybody.
Okay.
No, he's gonna act again. Yeah, that makes sense.
So
is he going to snipe TJS, I assume? He's just wait, is that just gonna be a trade then?
No, because TJS doesn't have the range. Well, I mean, yeah, he can kill Kira right after.
Yeah, what I mean is Kyura will die right after that.
I guess TJS is one of the biggest problems for ToastedHam's comp.
Is he going to try for Bernhardt? I think that's definitely not going to happen. Even out being outside of Bernhardt range.
Absolutely
isn't going
not.
to do much. But yeah, this seems like can you kill Liko and get somewhere safe? Surely not. Elwyn has too much move. No, you can't. It has to be the same place to shoot either TJS or Liko.
Yeah, even then, Elwyn can just reach, so... Yep. Yeah, going for TJS.
Unsurprising, this looks like a trade. Yeah, it didn't even kill.
Yeah, no crit really screws Kira up.
Holy Kyura not critting is like, what are you doing with your life? Alright, and at this point, I don't think ToastedHam can win. He's got the Bernhardt that's worse off in the head-to-head. He's fighting a Lolly Jess. I don't think ToastedHam is going to win this game, unfortunately.
The thing is, when you're running 2 healers, when you lose one of your DPS, it's for nothing. When you lose one of your DPS for nothing, it's almost impossible to come back. 2 healer comps are very much reliant on everybody staying alive and outlasting your opponent.
Yes. Elwyn going in, I do think, was a bit premature, but now Elwyn can run around and... Oh, no, he can't. Yeah, teleport in. Wait. What's he doing?
Yeah, just going for Listel. No cloak. Heals up Elwyn, so I think this is fine.
If Elwyn doesn't have... Okay, so he's gonna 3C. But there's no way this Elwyn kills Bernhardt.
Yeah, it dispelled his guard, so Listel looks just dead here.
Oh, it did dispel guard. I see. Sure. So Listel had to go there, I guess. Yeah, fair enough.
Yeah, maybe if Rosin moves somewhere else. But I mean, even then, it's just... It's too hard to come back, and at this point, it's pretty over.
Yeah. As soon as Bernhardt runs up and attacks, the other Bernhardt's, like, probably dead. Yep.
Yeah, let's just fast forward a bit.
It's being very conservative, but better safe than sorry, I guess. I think Aerie could have just charged in with his own Bernhardt, and that probably would have done a big number on ToastedHam.
Yeah, I think it's okay to just play safely there, though.
Does ToastedHam... Do we know if ToastedHam's Kyura is 6-star?
I did not check. If she comes up again, I will. But
I think she's been removed from the box.
oh yes, she has. So that kind of probably indicates that she's 5-star. Either that or ToastedHam really wants to fight Hilda and doesn't want to run into the same sort of thing.
Yeah, that's fair.
Going for more stall with Liko and Alt. They're both slower units. Aerie just keeps the same box. I think it's fine. His box is plenty versatile, and it seems like he's very comfortable playing it.
I don't know, he could probably push in a certain princess faction buffer who's very good against tank push, which seems to be what he's fighting every time. I don't know, like a unit like Zerida doesn't do anything. Just saying.
I imagine we're gonna see the same opening bans. ToastedHam banning out Rosin and Aerinoa banning out Hilda.
I'm kind of kidding, but
Just
Zerida
kind of.
basically only faction buffs Cherry, and other than that, she's like a mediocre Bozal killer, I guess.
Meanwhile, we have the Zeri simp in the chat getting angry with you.
Yeah, well, when he gets a better Rough Seas assassin set than me, then I'll let him be as angry as he wants.
God, the shade.
If he's gonna... I'm here defending my girl.
Well, you can't come back from that, like, damn.
I literally cannot see his comments, so unfortunately, Camp, I can't actually have a mature discussion with you.
He typed
Not that I was going to.
He put in not like this. Okay, so anyway, Ares up against Ares up against Lucretia, so he decides to respond with picking Sherry, which I think is fine.
Character that is quite good against Lucretia, I would say. He's also banned one of Lucretia's best partners in Burn, and we will probably see a tank pick here from ToastedHam. I'm feeling Juggler.
Yeah, I'd be pretty surprised if he picked tank alt here, honestly. Again, Aerie banning Helena is sort of indicative that he's totally fine playing without a tank. He wants to... It's what he's going for.
It's what he wants to do, yeah, because a lot of ToastedHam's box, except for Cherry and to a lesser extent Liko and Ares, are probably better against tank compositions.
Yeah. What about Rosalia? I don't think is she good against tank compositions?
Oh, I meant hams, but
Oh,
I think Rosalia is good against dog compositions. If you don't get a faction buff for dog and your dog isn't amazing, then either you have to neuter him, but with you have to neuter him with lobsters plus faction buff, or you just have to accept that Rosalia may just randomly kill your dog out of nowhere.
Yeah. I mean, I'd imagine most dogs can tank a Rosalia hit. It's more so follow up after that would kill the dog, which Lucretia and TJS got banned.
This is one of Rosalia's less good maps, and this is Dog's probable best map, though, so...
Yeah.
Unsurprising. So, Eri going for, removing all of the
Long range
problems, and he picks up a faction buff for Cherry and a very good dog killer. I'm feeling Helena or Rosalia is going to be picked soon.
Yeah, I think Helena seems a bit better, but
this map is kind of sucky. So Ares is a potential pick as well, to be honest.
Yeah, I think I lean more towards Ares. The problem with Rosalia is that she has trouble reaching, and then the problem with Helena is that she's just not as good of a single target DPS, so her follow-up's not as good.
I think she's practically as good as single target DPS. The additions from the Petal Storm and the big explosion after her free C, I think that puts her up to Rosalia's level.
Hard to say.
Anyway, yeah, it is hard to say. I think ult is not a bad choice here, as silly as that might sound.
No, I really agree with that, because, I mean, maybe it prompts Eri to pick a tank.
You just don't have a lot of range. You have banned Rose and Silvo, so if you can get a really good Bozal 3C off, that does improve your chances a lot. Elwyn is, of course, a massive pain in the ass, but if we know it's Bracer, so he can't be silenced. But he could get, like, movement down or something, which could be a big problem for him. I think ult is a totally defensible pick here. But I also think Florentia is good.
Really? I think Rosin would be better than Florentia here, because we ToastedHam at this point sort of has to accept that he's going to be outranged, and if you pick Rosin, at least you can stall better versus Elwyn. There's not going to be great single target follow-up from Ares. I mean, he can pick Ares.
Wait, what do you mean there's not going to be great single target follow-up? We have Zerida, we have Rosalia, we have Helena, we have Ares, and we have Kayura, all of whom are fairly mobile and are great single target follow-up into Dog. I think literally, like, any pick he makes here that's not a tank is pretty good against Dog with the Elwyn 1-2 punch.
Fair enough.
Yeah, fair enough. So Bozal, because Bozal is one of those game swingers. Eri banning the mobility once more. Leaving Kruger's fine. Okay, so... Wait, Kayura. Yeah, okay. Kayura probably kills 5-star Lucretia's.
Yeah, if, depending on Ares' build, he could be able to snipe Bozal here with Kira. Like you said,
yeah.
Elwyn with Sword Soul. Well, that's the thing. Juggler definitely is going to run Stone Colossus, so Elwyn's not going to do that much to Dog. I guess it depends on, can Eri get his dog back up to 100% HP?
Maybe. If Cherry just brings 3C and gets to hit Dog and stuns Dog, then that's probably a free Lucretia kill. Is there any argument for Ham banning out Landius and Hilda, so Lucretia can just snipe whoever she wants? Probably not, right? Because the rest of his box is just anti-tank.
Yeah, I mean, Bernhardt's gonna be good there. Helena can be really good against Dog because it forces Dog to play defensively, or else somebody can just get sniped. Helena doesn't really care about getting water debuff very much, especially if you move in and Shiv.
I think the pick is going to be either Helena or Zerida.
Yeah, I mean,
Zerida actually has a good target now that Bozel's been picked.
yeah, Zerida does seem good here. And then, I mean, I still feel Rosin. It is just because you can get heal block prevention on Juggler. There's plenty of water on this map for you to position your units in. So
Rosin is good. Rosin is also faction buff for Lucretia.
yeah, I think Ham's gonna pick Rosin, but we'll see. And then I agree, Zerida looks good. Although you could pick Burn too and be just fine.
Now, I would pick Florentia because I want to yeet with Bozel.
Banning Florentia makes sense. Banning Listel.
All makes sense, and I think it's probably going to be Kruger here. With a Bernhardt Zerida pick, so of course a tank is left up because why wouldn't it be? We've got a full debuff comp with only Elwyn's immunity and Kyura's teleportation healing thing, and I guess Helena has Shiv as well. Ares, okay, he's kind of set up against debuff, but most of his debuff immunity only happens after he decides to commit to something.
Yeah, I'm still wondering about Aerinoa banning Listel instead of Kruger.
Listel's probably a really good against, say, Cherry, 3C, and Elwyn in general.
Yeah, that's a pretty fair point. But I mean, she's so short-legged, and Aerinoa can just spread out pretty easily. I guess this map makes it a little bit harder.
No, I think it's actually pretty easy, because it's not like ToastedHam's squad is that much better on water. Like Lucretia still has to walk around, Rosen isn't a combatant, and I mean, Bozel's good. Yeah, Bozel's good, but if you want to survive, for example, Cherry Shadow Raid, you kind of have to bring Warlocks, or Stone Colossi, or whatever, which is what I'm guessing he's going to bring anyway.
Yeah, I think Campo raised a really good point to me talking about Kira killing Bozel. She has to bring Gospel for herself to get a buff, which means there'd be no Faith, so it'd be pretty hard for her to snipe Bozel, actually, yeah. And plus, there's going to be Landius or Hilda. Well, never mind. Kruger, pretty much the only pick there.
And Landius will be the pick. No? Really? Hilda? Why?
I mean, Hilda's better against Dog, right?
Not by much. And Landius is better against literally the rest of the team because he actually does something.
Yeah. I mean...
I don't think it matters that much.
Hell, the healing aura from Landius is actually really nice with Kira's talent, so I agree.
Yeah, I mean, it doesn't matter, honestly. It really doesn't. This is going to be whether ToastedHam debuffs Eri to death, or whether Eri weathers the storm, kills Bozel / Kruger, and whittles away at ToastedHam, I think.
Yeah, I think it really comes down to the debuffs Bozel and Kruger can dish out, or maybe even the debuffs Kruger removes.
Yeah. Elwyn is going to be a major pain. If you can't debuff him to hell, then he's just going to be incredibly difficult to deal with.
Yeah.
Yep, so... Oh, that's interesting. Dog has got Colossi, but the mages don't.
Yeah.
Wait, is that Princess Guard on Frozen Seal?
For Kira.
Yeah, I guess. That makes sense.
Yeah, no, it's her best troop against Kira. Kira can have, especially in this situation where Kira's not going to have faith, it's really important. Yeah. It can be hard for Kira to kill all the Empress Guard, and they are actually Rosin's most physically bulky troop, ironically. So
understandable. I guess Bozel and Kruger being limited by being landlocked is just too big a cost, so we're going to rely on Juggler just tanking.
Yeah, and Lucretia bringing an AoE, of course, plus some sustain. It just really does come down to, can Eri get a good engage and prevent incoming damage?
Harry really likes that likes the assassin Cherry.
Yeah, we saw that it did not kill Bozel last time, and that was with a crit. and it's pretty much the same conditions, right? So.
No, he has Elwyn buff this time.
Oh yeah, that's enough. That's enough. And so maybe that'll catch ToastedHam off guard, thinking that his Bozel's safe.
At the same time, I don't see many ways that Eri deals well with Dog. If Cherry can't initiate and take a massive chunk out of those Colossi, then Helena and Elwyn are gonna have a real problem there.
I guess
We'll see. Sword Soul might be enough.
Yeah, I feel like the biggest problem is Kira just sitting one tile outside of Lucretia range, and then oh yeah,
Lucretia, or rather, Kyura sniping the golem is, I think, it'll basically neuter Lucretia, I think.
yeah, and there's no good single target follow up for ToastedHam, right? So he can't really punish the Kira very well.
There's no good single target follow up until Juggler's down, of course.
After you kill the puppet, rather, it's
Yes.
like Lucretia can't chase Kira after.
No, she can't. Alright, well, we'll see what Eri chooses to do with his assassins.
Because with no healer other than Kira, if Bozel gets some good AoEs, it's going to be really devastating to this entire team.
Yeah, look, Kyura is not Dog. Kyura is not going to be enough against a good AoE from Bozo.
Yeah.
Any breeze? No breeze.
It is good enough for her because she has Gospel, but yeah.
That is a breeze from Helena, I guess. Ooh. That is a breeze on Cherry. But does that mean it's Overlord's that's Overlord's Cherry then, because there were a bunch of immunities.
It is indeed. You can tell by the green skill. It's
Yes.
also green
I mean,
skill on Helena, but I don't know what from.
Could be Bracer. Oh well, that could be Insidious Pendant for all we know.
Is it?
Unlikely. It's unlikely. I'm messing.
No, Insidious Pendant is 5% all stats too, I think.
Is it?
I'm not sure.
I don't know.
Demon Slayer.
Demon Slayer.
Oh, of course, the stupid Demon Slayer Helena. All right, fair enough.
Thank you. That's what green skill on Helena means. And if
Demon Slayer Helena is significantly better against Dog than Fronting's is.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Moving on.
Sure. So Miracle, because now Cherry can run in and basically kill Bozel. I think that Bozel's probably just gonna 3C and Cherry's gonna clean up afterwards. No, well, okay, Kruger 3C, same difference, whatever.
I mean, this looks really tough for Aerie, doesn't it?
I don't know. I think Bozel probably just dies here, right? Remember when everyone was talking about how, oh well, that was probably just for the heal. Everyone was talking about how Kyura was going to make everything completely untenable, but no one's Kyura's 6-star yet except the Super Whale, so we've just got this Kyura who's whiffing kills on Bozel. Yeah, it's a 5-star.
Yeah. And Faith is actually really important for Hero to be able to score that kill. Like, incredibly important.
Especially if you don't have faction buff. I know you have Gospel, but like, Gospel's taking up the place of Faith, that's the problem.
Yeah, and I mean, this Bozel AoE feels pretty devastating.
Bozel has to AoE here, otherwise Helena just kills him with with her AoEs.
I mean, he could heal, right? Or ToastedHam could heal.
That's true, but I don't know if that's really advisable.
Yeet.
Yep, I think that's correct. Yeah, and she heals Elwyn, because of course she does. So sealing Helena is actually pretty relevant, because now she can't do stuff. Oh, doesn't go for... I mean, fair enough. Not gonna jump to try and save Kruger. Everyone looks too weak to do anything. Oh, Helena got buff blocked as well, so...
Yeah, I felt Juggler should have gone in.
Ooh, Black Hole, yeah, there we go. 5 range, completely fair and balanced. Looks like the debuffs are just too much. Will Elwyn be able to carry everything back? Probably not. Find out as he uses Elwyn is going to try and kill Kruger here, presumably.
Yeah, okay, so he has damage dealt down, and he also has cannot receive buffs, which is pretty nasty.
That just means he can't get illumination guaranteed. I don't think that's gonna matter too much.
Yeah, I guess at this point Bozel's already dead, and Kruger only has one AoE anyway. I'm still just thinking, like, dog moving in seems good here, but maybe it heals up Ares units more than... Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, maybe it does. Fair enough. Kruger doesn't oh, and yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah, this Kruger should be dead.
Not necessarily. I think there's a possibility he survives.
Elwyn...
Damage dealt minus 20.
Yeah, Elwyn with damage dealt minus 20. 1344 attack. Yeah, Kruger should live, you're right.
Yeah, it's a bracer. It's a bracer, Elwyn.
Okay, never mind.
Alright, we're all wrong. That's fine.
Full moon.
Elwyn is just scary boy.
Yeah, full moon.
Is it full moon, Elwyn?
It is, because his attack was 1350 before attacking, and now it's 1439.
Yeah, okay, fair enough.
If Kruger brought a different troop...
yeah, I mean, if Kruger brought a different troop, he wouldn't have been able to just run over the water that easily.
Sure he can.
He can?
If he starts from here, he can just move like right there and just go in. But yeah, maybe there was something positioning wise. We can go back at the start of turn 4.
Maybe it didn't end up mattering anyway, but I think that Eri actually still has all of his units, so Kyura has to do all of the heavy lifting now.
But I mean, ToastedHam's got nothing left other than Lucretia.
Lucretia's kind of a big deal though. Even without Puppet, I think he can't get back into Hilda range, right?
Doesn't Elwyn just kill her right now?
Oh yeah. Goes to show how much attention I'm paying.
It's cool. Elwyn could have got another block. Okay, but he whiffs. I don't know if that one block mattered, but...
Probably not. It had to be, whatchamacallit, had to be, Sword Soul, but he didn't have Sword Soul. Yep, so run away, and Kyura slowly pecks away at, does this kill? Probably not, because...
Hilda's...
Yeah, probably not.
Yeah.
Colossi.
Hilda's just good like that. I mean, she can tank B-Shocks, unlike Lando.
Yep, so Helena's probably going to run in and... Yeah, Eri might have this one, I think.
Yeah, I don't see Luke doing enough.
Yep. Chips off dog from 100%. Yep. Doesn't do anything, but that's fine. Helena.
Good position. It's not going to hit the juggler, so Lucretia will take a fair amount of damage, and it takes off the crystal healing.
And it also takes her off 100% Sorks. So probably not even close, because Helena on terrain is nonsense. Who attacks first? Elwyn literally can't attack. Cherry probably has Shadow Raid up now, right?
Yeah, Sherry could probably kill Luke.
Or she could kill Rosenseal.
Yeah, either one works.
And then she moves again. Just kill Luke, that's fine.
Yeah.
Yep, and she can move again, and now she can, So Cherry is actually... Why did he melee?
I mean... Does it matter?
Matters. No.
Yeah.
I think it's probably fine now. Hilda just moves up, protects Cherry. Kyura shoots at whoever. He can shoot at Dog, he can shoot at Rosenseal, I don't think it matters. And then teleport back to Hilda range, and I think that's... Ares probably got this.
Yeah, I mean, it's 5v2.
There's no healing, but Elwyn heals himself, I guess.
Yeah, this is... Yeah, it's over. Okay, well... That was a very good step by both players, I think.
Yeah, it was good beats. I think there were little things here and there, but I think they played correctly. And there were definitely a lot of things that were done very much correctly. The death of Elwyn has been very much exaggerated, I feel.
Yeah, he's still just such a monster, and especially in a meta where everybody is rushing and not really running tanks. And even when you are running tanks, he can still be really damn good because he combos so well with these mages, right?
Yeah, look, I will admit that maybe Shorfaniel is a bit less effective than Zerada in this specific matchup against Dog. I'll give Eri that, but that's about all I'm going to give him.
Fake princess, man. All right. Do you have time to do one more?
I actually have an appointment at 1:30 that I have to do from home, but after that, maybe if you're still around.
Uh,
Uh,
I might be. We'll see.
I know you guys have a big backlog, but you
No,
guys have full
actually,
full spam.
we do not have a big backlog. We have one match left.
Nice. All right, so maybe I'll have to miss out on that one. You should sweep and use that stamina.
Oh yeah, that's a good point.
All right,
I
I'm
can't
gonna.
sweep, but yeah, I'm almost out of sweep tickets. See, look at this.
Ow!
I have 16, dude.
I have 400.
It's because I'm lazy, and when I have stamina, I'm just like, let me just sweep a bunch. And sometimes I need one Aniki mat, and I'm like, let me sweep,
Okay,
let me
fair enough.
let me sweep Aniki 20 times real quick. But yeah, thank you for joining me
All right.
very much.
Yeah, good beats. I'll check in later and see if you guys are still going, but I've got to go prepare for this.
Okay, yeah, good luck. Have a good day.
You too.
Bye. Anyway, I've streamed like, how long have I streamed? 3 hours and 40 minutes. Plus I streamed like an hour and a half earlier. But we're almost all caught up on TSdL. We have literally one match, Yi Chao versus Never. If I am still awake later, I will try to cover it with Wooper. But that's the end of my stream for now. Okay, so thank you guys for watching very much. Love you all. Maybe I'll be back later. If not, we'll try to cover the last game tomorrow or something. But yeah, bye.